Quetzalcoatl and the Five Suns. Fiery world, destructions, and rebirths. Welcome back to TessyTales, timeless stories told your way. Today, we journey into the heart of ancient Mexico, where gods walked among men, and the world itself was not fixed, but reborn again and again in fire, flood, and famine. This is the story of Quetzalcoatl, the Feathered Serpent, and the Five Suns, the Aztec tale of creation, destruction, and rebirth. A tale of fiery endings, divine struggles, and the resilience of life itself. Before the first sunrise, there was only darkness and silence. Out of this void emerged two primordial forces, Teotihuacan, the dual god of creation, both male and female, the source of all energy. From this unity sprang forth divine children, among them Quetzalcoatl, the wise and benevolent Feathered Serpent, and his dark twin, Tezcatlipoca, the smoking mirror, god of night, sorcery, and destiny. The brothers loved each other as much as they rivaled one another. Their story is not of good versus evil, but of balance and conflict. For in Aztec thought, light cannot exist without shadow, and shadow cannot exist without light. Together, Quetzalcoatl and Tezcatlipoca set about creating the world. But creation, in their hands, would not be permanent. For the Aztecs believed that the cosmos was fragile, always at risk of collapse, always demanding sacrifice to endure. And so began the cycles of the Five Suns. In the beginning, the gods created giants to walk the earth, towering beings who fed only on acorns and roots. But the gods quarreled over who should rule this new world. Tezcatlipoca, in his might, became the first sun to shine over the land. For centuries, the giants roamed beneath his blazing sky. Yet his reign was harsh and his pride unbearable. Quetzalcoatl, seeking balance, struck his brother from the heavens. Tezcatlipoca fell, his mirror shattered across the sky, scattering shadows across creation. In rage, Tezcatlipoca summoned jaguars from the dark forests. They descended upon the giants, tearing them apart, devouring their flesh. Thus ended the first sun, destroyed by beasts of the night. The world fell into silence once more. Quetzalcoatl, mourning the loss, rose into the heavens as the second sun. He gave light to the world, and humans were created again. But Tezcatlipoca would not rest. He struck with the force of wind, sending hurricanes to sweep across the land. The storms were relentless, uprooting forests, shattering mountains, tearing the people from the ground. Those who survived were transformed into monkeys, their cries echoing through the trees. Thus ended the second sun, swept away by the fury of the wind. Once more the gods gathered. This time, the fiery Tlaloc, god of rain and fertility, rose to take the sun's place. For a time, life flourished under his rule. Crops grew, rivers flowed, and the people thrived. But jealousy and anger stirred again. Tezcatlipoca, ever the trickster, mocked Tlaloc until his heart was heavy with rage. In his fury, Tlaloc sent down fire instead of rain. Burning stones fell from the sky, scorching the earth, consuming forests, cities, and rivers alike. The people fled, but there was no refuge from the fiery rain. Those who perished were transformed into birds, their wings carrying them to the smoke-filled heavens. Thus ended the third sun, consumed in fire and ash. The gods, weary yet unwilling to abandon their creation, chose Teotihuacan, goddess of rivers, lakes, and seas, to be the next sun. She shone with kindness and love, nourishing the world with fresh waters. Under her light, humankind lived in peace. But once again, strife was sown. Tezcatlipoca accused Teotihuacan of false devotion, of shining not out of love, but out of selfish pride. Her heart broke, and tears poured forth in endless torrents. The heavens opened. Waters surged. Oceans swallowed mountains. Cities were swept away. The flood drowned the people, transforming them into fish to live forever in the depths. Thus ended the fourth sun, drowned beneath an endless sea. 4 worlds destroyed, 4 cycles ended. Yet still, the gods persisted. They gathered in the great city of Teotihuacan, where pyramids rose like sacred mountains. Here, they resolved to create a sun that would endure. But such a sun would not be born easily. It required sacrifice. The gods built a great fire. 2 deities were chosen: Tezcatlipoca, a proud and wealthy god, and Teotihuacan, a humble, diseased, and poor one. Both were tasked to leap into the flames and be reborn as the sun. At the edge of the fire, Tezcatlipoca hesitated. Fear gripped him, pride chained him. But Teotihuacan, without hesitation, closed his eyes and leapt into the burning heart. Flames consumed him, and in their glow, a radiant sun rose into the sky. Shamed, Tezcatlipoca followed, leaping into the fire as well. Another sun appeared, equal in brilliance. But the heavens could not bear 2 suns. The gods struck Tezcatlipoca, dimming his light, casting him into the night as the moon. And so, the 5th sun was born, the sun of movement, destined to endure until it too meets its end. For the Aztecs believed this sun, our sun, would perish in earthquakes, in upheavals that would shatter the very bones of the earth. But the tale does not end there. For though the sun burned bright, the world was still empty. The people had been drowned, burned, swept, devoured. Who would live beneath the 5th sun? Once again, it was Quetzalcoatl who answered. He descended into the underworld of Mictlan, a realm of shadows and bones, to retrieve the remains of the dead. Guided by his love for humanity, he gathered the bones of past generations. But Tezcatlipoca, the Lord of Death, did not surrender them freely. He set traps, sent shadows and monsters to halt the Feathered Serpent. Quetzalcoatl fell, the bones shattered, scattering across the earth. Yet he rose again, collecting every fragment, refusing to abandon his quest. Returning to the surface, Quetzalcoatl gave the bones to the gods, who ground them into sacred meal. From this meal, mixed with his own blood, humanity was born anew. Flesh and spirit, life and death, all bound together in sacrifice. Thus, humankind came to walk beneath the 5th sun. The Aztecs lived with the weight of these myths. To them, the world was not permanent, not safe, but fragile. Each sunrise was a gift of the gods, sustained only through offerings, through sacrifice, through the beating hearts and flowing blood that kept the sun moving across the sky. The 5 suns were not just stories, they were the heartbeat of time, the reminder that creation comes only through destruction, that life is born again and again from the ashes of death. And at the center of it all was Quetzalcoatl, the Feathered Serpent, who gave humanity not only life but meaning, the promise that even after fire, flood, wind, and shadow, life would return. And so, the Aztecs looked to the sky each dawn, knowing the 5th sun burns above us still. But it will not last forever. One day, the earth will quake, and our sun will fall, as all those before it. Yet in the cycle of endings and beginnings, perhaps a new light will rise. Thank you for journeying with me through the fires and floods of Aztec creation. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share TessyTales so we can keep exploring the myths and legends that shaped our world. Until next time, remember, the sun above us shines because the gods sacrificed. What will we sacrifice for the light we carry forward?